DJ94 2009, how do you come up with these names? He asks a really great question. It's a follow-up to a video that I talked a long time ago about actually filing a report with the FBI over my account getting hacked. And this was back in Ultima Online. And it was something that was a pretty traumatic experience for me, to say the least. I did not appreciate it one bit. And he has some follow-up questions about this. He says that couldn't technically these account stealers or hackers on the games like WoW be charged with federal crimes or something of that sort? Because they gained access to your account without permission, and also because your credit card is attached. And let's see here, 10 times damage being charged. Well, I don't know about that, but he wonders whether or not it's only real-world items or whether or not video games would be included. Well, I can tell you this. If your bank account was compromised, that is a crime, even if they don't steal any money. And when it becomes federal is when state lines are crossed, and that's in the United States. Now, if the hacker is from outside of the United States, I believe the FBI still is the one that you contact. For other countries, though, different laws. You know, maybe it's very rogue in some of these countries. And, you know, I know that I've heard of, you know, some other British agencies being involved with some stuff when it takes place across borders, but I don't really know. Your local police will not know what to do for the most part. And so my experience with the FBI, though, is really, you're not going to like this, but the FBI has such a caseload that they don't have time for your hacked World of Warcraft account. You would have to put together information showing a huge number of people that have been hacked in order to get their attention. And so really, that would be up to Blizzard to bring that to their attention. And I don't know this for a fact, but I would assume that Blizzard does do some sort of reporting to law enforcement about the accounts that get hacked and everything, because they would be the ones in the best position to know whether or not you know, there were losses taking place, you know, and a loss is, if you lose your account for a day, well, let's say you lose your account even for an hour, that you lose access to it, that is a loss. Now, what is that loss worth? Not very much, because it's considered entertainment. And so you're paying your 15 bucks a month to play, and so if you divided that all out, you know, one day is 50 cents. And so if one day is 50 cents and you lost it for an hour, you'd get 2 cents. I think that's, if I've done my math right, it's 2 cents per hour. And now that's really cheap for paying for entertainment, but also, who's going to cut you a check for 2 cents? I will tell you though, one time I did get a check for about 13 cents, and it was based off of a place that I worked to where I was a salesman on commission, and I went through a week of training, and I happened to buy one thing for myself that was, I don't know, $1 or something like that, and I used my own account, and so I got a commission off of it, and then I never worked for them again because they actually disappeared, and I got a check in the mail a couple weeks later, but yeah, it was for 13 cents. Big whoop. So anyway, is it a crime? Yes. Is it something that you're going to be able to do anything with? No, not really. So not unless you get some real insider information or something like that. So unfortunately, it's very hard to do anything with that. So while we're talking about video games, how about a code for Blackshot Europe? By the way, game publishers, if you would like us to support your game on this channel by giving away some codes, feel free to contact me. I'll be happy to give you a little bit of promotion in exchange for every one of the viewers getting a chance to get some free stuff in your game. So here is a Blackshot Europe. It's an Assassin's loadout worth, let's see, worth 10 euros. And so here's the code. Make sure that gets in focus there. Okay. So try out Blackshot Europe. I'll put a link in the description and you can give it a shot. No pun intended, Blackshot, give it a shot. It's a first-person shooter, much like Counter-Strike, except, you know, there's a whole bunch of people there to kill. So, pretty fun game. Anyway, I hope that answers your question about whether or not you're going to be able to do anything about World of Warcraft accounts or any other game account getting hacked. And please do send me your questions. This is how I come up with my content for the channel. I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.